In 2008, two articles appeared in the Journal of Applied Philosophy, one by Thomas Douglas and one co-authored by Ingmar Persson and Julian Savulescu. Both articles advocated the need for what they called moral enhancement. Persson and Savulescu in particular have in a number of publications since then argued that we as humans are not morally fit to meet the demands of the future, focusing on the harmful uses of powerful technologies and global warming. A basic problem, they point out, is that our morality is grounded in our evolutionary biological history, and that it has not kept up with technological developments. Persson and Savulescu point out, owing to the progress of science, the range of our powers of actions have widely outgrown the range of our spontaneous moral attitudes and created a dangerous mismatch. End quote. Thus, they advocate a moral bioenhancement based on the assumption that moral emotions have a biological basis that is malleable. In particular, empathy and a sense of justice are singled out as the most important moral emotions to be bioenhanced. Although the moral bioenhancement project is expressed in secular terms, its overall narrative have a deep resonance with themes in Christian theology. Thus, not only philosophers, but also religious thinkers of all stripes have joined the debate about moral bioenhancement. Here we may find religiously motivated positions that range from optimistic to cautiously open to negative and to the condemnatory. In this puzzle, I will discuss whether moral bioenhancement is permissible in light of the German 16th century theologian Martin Luther's theological anthropology. According to Luther, human beings stand as sinners before God. Sin is not primarily then understood as a quality or privation that resides in a human faculty, but an imperfection of the whole person as she relates to God. This perspective is all-encompassing. All human attempts at moral improvements, attainment of virtues, and the doing of good deeds will be marred by a condition as sinner before God. Luther hereby intensifies the Augustinian suggestion that heathen virtue is nothing more than splendid virtue, an inevitable elementable exercise in vainglory. Since he effectively allows little continuity between heathen and proper Christian virtue, he proposes a modest idea of moral progress in authentic Christian living. The Christian remains a sinner before God, in the sense that sin continues to affect her every act and motive, limiting the project of moral character development. Luther, however, is not opposed to good works and virtue, if they are done and sought in faith. If they're not, they inevitably turn into examples of human pride and overconfidence in our own abilities. There are some overlapping concerns in the moral bioenhancement perspective and Luther's theological perspective in terms of our human predicament that I will discuss in the puzzle. First, our immorality seems to run so deep that it is detrimental to ourselves and the environment. Second, we are not able to get out of this predicament by a mere effort of the will. So thus, third, there is a need for an external help. Despite these commonalities, I argue in the puzzle that it seems that Luther would not think that moral bioenhancement is a sufficient diagnosis or remedy of our moral immorality and our sin. Not primarily because moral bioenhancement is so radical in its claims, but because it is not radical enough, neither in its diagnosis nor in its remedy. Sin is deeper than what Persson and Savulescu have suggested, and the solution they propose is no better than the problem it seeks to solve. In this puzzle, I will not discuss whether there is a limited yet legitimate use of moral bioenhancement in society or the secular sphere in order to restrain evil and promote the common good. Luther's view on political theology, in particular his view on the two kingdoms, seeks to leave a limited space for moral bioenhancement in the secular sphere. A fuller discussion of this interesting issue, however, is a topic for another occasion.